For Hannah, it doesn't matter if you shoot your shot. How she perceives you is the determinant factor of that relationship working even when you are dating her. And if she perceives you as a potential partner, there is a specific character behavior in you, okay, that influenced her perceive you that way. But the question is, does the same character exist in her? You have a behavior of a man who can commit, okay? Does that commitment behavior also exist in Hannah, or she just expects that from you, Isaac? So it's a two-way street. You only need two characters in a man, but the same two characters, it has to exist in you as a lady. And these two characters enables other things to automatically happen. For example, the one character that she needs in a man is a man who can commit, right? Can she commit? It has to be in her, because that will enable her, okay, commit to you, which is a win-win. Not entirely rely on you. This is a mature conversation. It's not about games. It's about realistic. Second, if he can commit, then he must have maybe a purpose. Okay? If he can commit and then he has a purpose, they enable someone, or they reinforce someone to somehow be disciplined in a specific way. Do I have a purpose, Hannah? What is my purpose? Maybe I need to build this relationship without expecting a specific return from you, Johnny. Logically, he is committing, okay? And maybe his character and behavior is healthy, right? If I act in a specific way because I expect a specific return as Hannah, then I will consistently be measuring everything that you do. And not logically, but how what you do makes me feel. You getting my point? You earn $10 per month. The only thing that you can do is pay for the bill, right? This is just an example. In the process, you're still working on yourself, or maybe you're still paying your loan, or maybe you're still doing something. Do I really want that relationship to work? I really want it to work. Do you want it to work? You want it to work, right? So logically, we both want the same thing. But how does you paying the bill and not doing anything else makes me feel? It makes me feel like I'm doing a lot. And are you really? Or it's just how you perceive it? Are you getting my point? She earns $20, you earn $10 because you're paying some loans, or you're doing something else, or you are investing in something else. So logically, she can take care of herself and she can buy maybe food in the house, or do something else, or maybe pay for some other things, right? Because you do not take her out on a date, you can't even pay for her salon services. It makes me feel like you don't love me. Logically, you are investing in something. You are working on something. Logically, you don't have even enough. So how I feel about that is what will determine me either choose to build that relationship and not on a logic state. Are you getting my point? So most of the time, it's not the action, it's how I perceive the action. You bought me something as a surprise, right, Isaac? But I don't like the color of that. Not liking the color of your present makes me feel some type of a way about that present and about you, how you can't make a better choice. That alone, that shows I am judging everything on emotions and not the thought alone of you gifting me, having a mature conversation and trying to do things logically and showing things logically. To you, that is how things are done because logically they make sense. To her, you are trying to control her because that is how she feels. But we all know if she is in an emotional state, obviously she will feel like you are controlling her because she perceives things only on emotions. And no one can control us. We get what we want to get because that is how we perceive the outside events. We don't perceive Isaac as a leader. We perceive Isaac as someone who wants to control me. But logically, what you are doing, that is leadership. Let's have a mature conversation about you guys. You have your own business as Isaac, okay? You own a company. You have a lot of things going around. For you to successfully run that company, Isaac, that business, Isaac, you need a woman who has mastered her emotions, even when sometimes it will be intense. You need a woman who has mastered her emotions. That is, fully understand that she is acting on her attachment style because she's anxious. So it doesn't matter if you shoot your shot, you build that relationship, you commit. The first thing is the emotions. Because now, if Hannah has mastered her emotions, it's easier for you guys to figure things out. How? If something is wrong in the relationship, right? And maybe the contributing factor, it is the environmental factor. This is a genuine example, especially for you guys who run businesses and you run companies. The contributing factor, it is an environmental factor. To her, something is off. She starts chaos, drama, disagreements because she is anxious. Both of you will disagree, you will yell at each other, and then maybe you will end up fighting because on your side, the environmental factor is also affecting you. So your body is also operating on a sympathetic nervous system. I know Hannah is the problem. Because you are already operating on that system. When she snaps, you will snap. Then she tells herself, I knew you are the problem. When reality is, she needed to understand her emotions first and then master her level of attachment to what it is, to what level, and which type, so that she can consistently work on herself and how her emotional state of being is affecting that analyzation. Understanding that allows you guys to finally now work on yourself. You realize, oh, I feel this way, my body feels this way, right? Something is just not wrong with Isaac. I am an anxious lady, right? Because what is happening, an environmental factor is heightening or triggering this feeling and emotion. The character of people, how someone behaves. Maybe they are toxic, narcissistic, maybe they are a psycho. That is how people operate. That character exists in people. You can't change that. And if you don't feel safe around these people, you are the problem. You will consistently be the target. Now, how I perceive these people's character will trigger my emotions, and I will always be anxious. Now, I will project my emotions to you, Isaac, because I haven't mastered that I want people to act in a specific way because that is what makes me feel safe. But you all know the narcissism, The toxicity, it exists. And that is the coping mechanism of some people. And some of them, they are not aware of that character. Or they are also being influenced by an environmental factor. And then there is health, your body. Okay? What you eat, what you consume, it puts you on a specific operating system. Is Hannah. If I am not aware of that, I consume some sugar, and maybe I consume some coffee. In that process, I get anxieties. I am operating on an anxious attachment style, so that will trigger that style. When you come from work, Isaac, instead of us having just a peace of mind, I project that fear on you. Something is off. It's my body, but I think something is off. So we will never fix the environmental factor, the healthy of our body, because we can't figure that out. We can't figure our body out and what we eat, what we need to eat so that we can be healthy. Okay? So health-wise, we can't figure ourselves out. This is a mature conversation. Environmental-wise, we can't figure that out. And all we are doing is jumping on each other's necks because she is always anxious or avoidant.